This is to a small farm near Hayes, where family provides a home for those with mental disabilities.
Bethesda Place is a home. It's a place where they work, they live, we play, and we pray together.
Bethesda Place, I think, has been a vital part of the Hayes community for a long time, but I didn't necessarily know exactly what all they did. So like at Christmas time, I knew they had a shop, and I knew the guys from there, and I knew the guys from different ministries and different churches in town, but I didn't necessarily know the scope of what they did. So in whole, I mean, I think it's a place where gives the best version of guys with developmental disabilities, where they can work for themselves, they can feel good about themselves, they can also have relationships that are meaningful and can grow, and it's been built around a Christian model where I think it's good for them.
It's a Christian home. It's a home. It's our family.
It is a family, and our intent is to provide the best family environment for these 6 men to keep them healthy and happy. And we feel like the best way to do that is to help them find the purpose that God has given them. We say that we are all at the pool of Bethesda, taken from the book of John in the Bible, and we're all waiting for Jesus together because we all are broken and we all need healing. So my parents started Bethesda in 1979 to take care of one individual.
John is my second cousin.
Her second cousin. She's known now for 73 years. And he was disabled, and so she was around someone that was disabled, and she enjoyed being around with him and aware of his disability and things like that all the time she was growing up when they got together. And when she went to college, she was interested in going into the field. So she was getting her degree in elementary education and special education. And in the process, she decided to get a job at Developmental Services here in Hayes. At the time that they were taking individuals with disabilities out of institutions that were inappropriately placed there, their needs were not that significant, and the institutions mostly were designed for someone with quite significant needs that would not fit into the community. So they were pulling them out and putting them back into the community, and the Reed Center was instrumental in getting this opened up during the time that we were in college. So she got a job, part-time job, working at one of the houses that housed the men. And when she worked at it first. I had not been around anyone with disabilities and didn't really have any interest in it or knowledge about it. So she was doing that, and an opportunity came up for me to also work there. And at that time, I'd gotten to know some of them a little bit and did so. So we worked at the Reed Center for
2 years.
2 years. And then we graduated and went about teaching. And so Randy was confused about the people working with him. He was thought to be an individual that was starting fires at the Reed Center workshop. And they accused him of that. And he also was very easily agitated and would get in arguments and very frustrated at the Reed Center, and they could not handle him with their program. So they were kicking him out of the program, and the way they did it, his next place to go would have been Larned State Hospital, and it was a terribly inappropriate placement for him. So we asked permission from the clinicians here in Hayes, where he was being taken care of temporarily, to withdraw him from the facility and bring him to our house. And they allowed that. They knew us, and we were friends with some of the people there, and they allowed us to do that. Then one of her students' family was having difficulty. His autism and his strength were very significant, and it was difficult to care for, and they needed a placement for him. So now we were both teaching, and we had 2 disabled people to take care of. And we decided we either had to get in or out. And we made the choice to go ahead, and some of the men that we worked with, when we were at the developmental center, we enjoyed working with them very much. And they were brothers, and we contacted their parents and asked if they would like us to do it. And we explained the benefits of working in a small group. And they were quite interested, and so they accepted that, and we made an arrangement to take 2 more. 81 is when we built this house, or 82, I guess, and they moved in to one of the smaller houses and lived with us while we were building this house. And so we moved into this house in the spring of 82.
So then slowly it grew, and they became a licensed day and residential provider in the state of Kansas. And then I was born into that household.
And then we had, our daughter was born here that first year, and we had 2 men and got another one. And now we were off running. We had a business that we had set up, and we were not knowledgeable about the business side of running this. We knew how to do the work, but we really didn't know how about the business. We didn't have any government licenses because everybody we were taking care of was being paid for by the family or wasn't being paid for at all.
Randy didn't have anything.
And about this time, in the 80s, early 80s, the government came up with a program using the information that an individual in an institution cost $70,000 to $90,000 a year to care for, and we could care for them out here for $12,000. So they made the decision that if someone could be removed from the institutional setting and cared for less money, they would support that, and they would pay some of that money. So we got finances to support 3 of the men. So once the finances were available, we could pay our bills, which we didn't really have that built into the program before that. And the men were young. They were in their 20s and 30s, and that was 44 years ago.
We're extremely blessed because we have resident staff that has consistently been here the last dozen years. And so he is able to wake them up in the morning and give them that routine that everybody needs, just kind of a slow start in their breakfast and any medicine that they might need or things like that. And then my husband Jared is the director of Bethesda, and he comes on every morning and is able to direct staff kind of as to what the tasks are going to be during the day based on the weather or the men's health. And then he'll have a devotional time with the men where they go through the Bible and do prayer together, have coffee together, so he can kind of set the tone for it. Jared, as the director, is the one who starts out the men's day and sets that tone. And then they do stretches and head to their various tasks for the day.